Thanks Universal Studios for reverse sponsoring this video. If you haven't seen the intro yet, I'll link the video in the description. TaleWorlds thought they could beat us in a race, but we're too fast, too furious. Let's hit Clan Tier 2 in 4 days. Go. Skill selection isn't that important. Be sure to take all 3 points in a medicine so we can start with the level 25 perk that restores HP after each offensive battle win. We won't have time to heal.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
As always, we will complete this on Bannerlord settings. Our first task is to find a short bow. It's possible without it, but you'll hate life even more if you skip it. Trust me on this. Luckily, Seonan has one, so we sell all of our clothes and weapons to be able to afford them. We also need a better horse than the Sumpter. Literally anything will do. With the last few dinars we have left, we buy 2 more arrow quivers. The only thing we need to max out are bow and riding. Everything else is for the late game build. We don't have enough skill to use the bow yet, so we pick off a looter group or 2 to fix that. Our aim is to head south into the prosperous Empire Kingdoms. We can start with Gersegos. Our goal is to attack villages, which we can do without a formal war declaration. I prefer to use the forced peasants to give you supplies option, since that will force a fight and you get free goods to sell back to them after the battle. Now for the hardest part, taking out a large group of archers without a shield. There are 3 methods I like to use, and we will need to use all 3 to succeed. First technique, we can play Ring Around the Rosie with a solid object. This works particularly well for smaller groups, and we can isolate the shielded troops and then later the archers. Remember that shooting from horseback is much easier when we rotate around counterclockwise. If we go clockwise, our shooting range is decreased significantly and have to maneuver our horse much more to make it work. Shield militia are really easy to deal with. Let them get close to you and they will drop their shield. Be sure to keep some distance and aim for the head. Now to deal with the archers. I call this technique the peekaboo. We pull up to a corner, bow drawn, and wait for one to come around. As soon as the arrow is loosed, move forward slightly for cover and ready another shot. We can do this safely without worrying about being shot back, since the AI takes longer to aim and release. The next technique is called the Che Guevara, who is the ultimate guerrilla warfare master. This can be useful to reduce numbers down enough to use the Ring Around the Rosie technique. We ride up to cover, loose some arrows at unshielded troops, and move back as the mob approaches. This can be painfully slow if the cover sucks, but oftentimes it's the safest way. The final method is called herding cats. This unorthodox technique requires a fast horse, some riding skill, and a massive pair of
Brass balls.
It's best to start off behind cover and draw the archers closer. Ignore the peasants and shield troops as they generally can't reach us. We begin by circling around the mob from the right side, turning to the left. Oftentimes there will be a small portion of the archers that have fanned out and will get some shots off on us. We need to do our best to constantly change directions, moving left to right and back again. If we survive the first approach, then we should be in much better shape. We need to circle the enemy as fast as we can while also remaining close to the bunch. This allows for accurate shots on our part and reducing the risk of the enemy shooting back at us. We need to focus all of our attention on peasants and archers, since they can take us out as they have no shields. This technique can be done in a wide open field without cover for those who want even more of a challenge. I don't really recommend it though. Every time I tried it, I ended up getting shot down. The dataset is much more compact this time around. 6 group of looters, 6 village raids, for a total of 531 kills and 153.1 renown in 4 days. In the previous speedrun, it took me 33 days to get here and many more battles. The reason this strategy works so much faster is we don't have to chase bandits or find specific enemies on the map. Villages will always spawn in the same place and start with tons of militia. My daughter would like to share a message with you all. Okay, say like and subscribe.
This and subscribe.
Click here to check out the intro video if you haven't seen it yet. And click here if you want to see the full unedited video for this run.
This and subscribe.
Oh my goodness.
This and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Grace and grab.
Okay, we'll watch Kiki now.